everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so grateful. In this video, we are going to discuss how you can shift your self concept to manifest whatever amount of money you want. So, let's talk about money, one of my favorite topics, and yet the topic on which I have the least videos. So I am going to be making a lot more videos on this topic in the upcoming weeks, and this will also give you an idea what my manifest money out of thin air challenge actually includes. My thoughts, my teachings, my different kind of techniques around money. Before I get into the video, I would like to let you know that my first two manifestation challenges, Money Out of Thin Air and Non-Stop Texts, have been released in the month of January. And this month, by the mid of Feb, the other two challenges, Let the Magic Begin and Blinding Glow, will be released. So till they are released, there is still an early bird offer of 15% off going on. But the ones that have already been released, the early bird offer is no longer valid. These are really fun instructional homeworks that you can have fun while doing them. And the whole process has been broken down step by step in 4 weeks with videos, workbooks, test papers, a guided meditation, all the techniques material you would require, weekly placebo effect activities, and my uniquely designed manifestation routine. So if you see, these challenges are not general, they are really narrowed down. The topics are very specific, and that is because in those specific topics, in those areas, I have manifested success multiple times. The non-stop text challenge is all about getting continuous contact from your romantic interest. It can be an ex, it can be a current partner or a crush. Money Out of Thin Air is basically you proving to yourself that you can manifest money by aligning your mind with it, by aligning your thoughts with it, and your self-concept with it, and by keeping your mind open to all kinds of possibilities and opportunities. Blinding Glow is all about your inner beauty, plus your inner peace, plus your outer physical appearance changes. And lastly, Let the Magic Begin is really good for someone who wants to connect with their God self and wants to prove to themselves that manifestation, deliberate manifestation, actually works by manifesting a different kind of thing each week. So all my challenges are linked below. You can go and explore and understand what it includes. My upcoming courses, which will be released from the month of April going up to August, are also linked below. And because they are unreleased, the early bird offer also applies on these courses. There are in-depth extensive courses, but if someone does not want to invest in a full-fledged course, they can also purchase a mini version of that course. Apart from that, my one-on-one Instagram and email coaching is linked below if that is what you're looking for. My YouTube membership groups are linked below, in which you get weekly Q&A videos and exclusive access to our Discord community. And if you are in the Platinum or Diamond membership group, you will get even more perks, which includes discount on my merch, unexpiring discount on all my products and services, challenge videos, members only guided meditation related to those videos, and much more. So you can click the join button on my main page just to view what kind of offers and perks are available in each tier, and whatever resonates with you, if you want to join it, you can. All my other products and services, such as my customized ultimate manifestation packs, my customized guided meditations, manifestation songs, and subliminals, everything is linked below. Now let's get into this video. Here specifically, I'm going to be talking about your self-concept in relation to money. This is one of my most favorite topics. All other manifestation topics are okay, but I love the topic of money. I love talking about it. I love teaching it. And I am surprised why more people do not request these kind of videos, or more people do not talk about this when they take up coaching or when they are purchasing my ultimate manifestation packs. Majority of my clients have been around specific person, a few around self-concept, but till now, I think I've had just one person purchase an ultimate manifestation pack, which was around money. So I love money. I love making money. It's something I've been working on for the past 8 years. Long before I joined YouTube, I have manifested tons of hikes and appraisals and exactly the salaries I wanted when I've switched jobs. So I've never really had problem manifesting money, and I've never really had a weak or unpleasant or negative self concept around money. And because my foundation was already great, I just built upon it a bit more and kept improving it further and further. So, when it comes to money, self concept is very, very important because self concept is what creates our reality. Our reflection always shows up in our 3D reality. What we think about ourselves, what we feel about ourselves, what we believe about ourselves. Your self concept, by now, does reflect in your 3D reality, does reflect in the experiences you have, and it reflects in the opportunities you receive. Self concept is just a knowing of self. Who do you know yourself to be? And when it comes to money, those thoughts and beliefs and feelings can be around these kind of sentences. How much do you think you deserve? How much money do you think you deserve? How much money do you think you are comfortable receiving? How much money do you think you can receive gracefully? How much money do you think as a person, whatever skills you have, whatever skills you want to build, how much money do you think you can make? Truly, authentically, and genuinely. So it's all about the limit you will keep on yourself. Whatever limit you keep for yourself in relation to money, that this is what I'm comfortable receiving, this is what I can make, or this is what I deserve. That limit is the only limit which will keep you there. Nothing else is keeping you here. If you want, you can increase this limit, you can make it even higher and higher and higher. So you are basically the only one who is keeping an upper limit or a capping on your ability to receive any kind of money. And you're just so uncomfortable, there's just so much resistance within you that you cannot increase that limit even if you want to because of the kind of mental chatter that goes on around money. You need to work on slowly, gradually, but in a really intense and powerful way, start transitioning yourself into a different self concept, into a different identity that you start relating to, and practice it to an extent that it becomes your current existing natural identity. Basically, the new identity needs to take over your present, your current identity around money, your current self concept. Whatever you're going to practice more is always going to take over your current identity. That's just how it works. So, know your self concept around money. If it's weak, it's not here to stay. You just have to dwell a lot more, especially at the beginning, in a made up identity, in a made up story, and pretend for it to be true so that slowly your brain starts taking that on as your new identity. This new version of yourself that you created as a story, but you practiced it so much over and over again that it impressed your conscious and subconscious mind simultaneously. And yes, if you have not had a good history with money, it is going to bring up resistance. I'm not going to lie. It will definitely bring up a lot of resistance. I know people always talk about human beings and specific person and so much negativity and resistance that it brings up. But people who actually have had not a good relationship with money know that the resistance that comes up with money is also really horrible. It can be horrible, it can feel really negative. So we are going to take baby steps. We are not going to jump into creating a self concept that I make millions. When you say that, it just feels like a dream, it feels far fetched, it feels like a fantasy. And why I'm saying that is because when I say millions, that's how I feel. Being a master manifester, I'm not comfortable saying millions. And that's completely okay. Everyone is comfortable with different things. I manifest enough and more money without using the word millions. So that is not really a word I personally have resonated with a lot. I like to do my affirmations in different ways, using different words, but the result and conclusion remains the same for me, that I make a lot of money. But million is not the only word that you can use. So we are going to take baby steps. Don't jump into something that feels far-fetched, that feels like you're telling yourself a lie, that feels completely unbelievable at the beginning. You have been living your life with your autopilot beliefs around money that have molded themselves and that have been stored in your brain on this journey in your life throughout your years, your early teenage years, when you started working, the kind of opportunities you have received, the kind of negotiations you have done, all of those things, year by year, create a story around a specific area in your mind. That around money, this is my story. Around love, this is my story. Around health, around relationships, this is my story. We are going to change the story that you have been living in on an autopilot mode. So it's just happening on a daily basis. You're not really aware of it, but your beliefs that have been set in your subconscious mind around money are just playing out in your life on a regular basis, moment to moment basis. Consciously, you won't be aware of that because that's how our life is running. Every day of our life is based on our subconscious beliefs. So we are now consciously going to put that effort to change that story, to change those beliefs. And of course, that's going to be difficult for your mind to process because it's used to the autopilot story. So don't freak out if there's resistance. There are ways to handle, manage resistance and push through. To understand how to manage resistance, I have a whole playlist around it. Check that out. And to manage your emotions, triggers, doubts, I have another playlist around it. These two playlists will really help you out. You need to stop telling yourself the same story again and again and again whenever the topic of money comes up in your mind in any form. In a negative form, in a hopeful form, in a positive form, in a desire-based or fantasy-based form. Remember that everything and everyone is you pushed out. So whichever identity you decide to shift into, the outer reality is going to reflect that by giving you the same opportunities and experiences. Your mind, once you shift your identity, will start seeking opportunities that resonate with your new story. It will seek out experiences that resonate with your new story and identity. And that's how you can either say that you attract those things or your mind leads you to those things. And that's where the whole inspired action comes into the picture very organically. I want you to follow 3 simple steps in order to shift yourself into a new identity and to stop telling yourself the old story around money and keep repeating it and keep dwelling in it and worrying about it. Worrying about money will never get anyone money. Creating a good and healthy relationship with money, understanding money is just energy. Money is always flowing in this world. It's always rotating. It's just in different hands at different points of time. If it can make its way to someone else, to this person A, B, C, D, it can make its way to me. Because if you truly understand, a lot of people that are making a lot of money, especially now in today's time, through social media, through being an influencer, through being freelancers, fitness gurus, anyone, they are not special in any kind of way from you. A lot of people do not have any special privileges, especially in today's time. It's a lot more easier to see that because everyone is putting out everything on internet. Yes, there was a time where we grew up thinking you need to have generational wealth and special privileges to have that kind of money, which still is true in today's time. But now you will see that there are so many avenues and aspects that have opened up. You never know what will change in the next 5 years. 10 years back, we did not know that these aspects would be available to us. So see it in that way, see it with a fresh perspective, with a different lens, so that you can open yourself up and open your heart to receiving money, wealth, and abundance. I want you to ask yourself 3 really simple things. You can make it a pen and paper exercise, which I always recommend. What would I feel if I made enough money or a lot of money? Whatever you're comfortable with, start with that. What would I think if I was making this much money? What would my belief system be like if I was making this much money? And these 3 steps, this pen and paper exercise, is basically the only thing you need to do whenever you want to shift your self concept around anything. You can use it for specific person, for healthy relationships, for self concept. So pick any amount. Pick a monthly amount that you want to be as your stable income, whether it's through your business, whether it's through your private job, whether it's through your government job, anything. Pick a number, whether it's through your investments, and pick a number that you're comfortable with and does not feel like a desire or fantasy. It should feel realistic right now in this moment that yes, this can happen for me. I can earn this much. It's believable to my mind to a certain extent. It does not have to be 100% believable because it's not there in your reality right now. So there would be some amount of disbelief there, but it should not completely be far-fetched. Once you note down these things, how you feel, how you believe, how you think, we are going to make contact with the feeling of having that much money. And I'm a person who's really all about feelings. And again, by feelings, I do not mean emotions. Emotions is a whole different game. And yes, that speeds up your manifestation like 10 times, 20 times. But that is not for everyone and it is not necessary to manifest. But if you are a person who is high on emotions, it should really benefit you. I'm someone who's high on emotions, so my emotions benefit my manifestations a lot. They really speed them up. But feelings is a whole different thing. Feeling it real, I have a playlist on that. If you want to understand what it means and what's the difference between emotions and feelings, then you can watch that playlist. Basically, whenever we are doing any kind of techniques, we are always doing it with the intention of connecting with the feeling of our desire. Emotions come into the picture, they do not come into the picture, it's a different thing. But I do not agree with all these coaches saying you don't have to feel anything to manifest. If you didn't have to feel anything, you wouldn't be doing any techniques. Techniques is to change your state. When you feel a different way, you are changing your state. And when you change your state, that is when you manifest, because you manifest who you are, not what you want. So when you're changing your state from a person who has a lot of anxiety to a person who is now feeling neutral, that is changing your feeling. That is changing your state, and that is going to change your outer reality. So I really want you to repeat those sentences to yourself. Write at least 4 to 5 sentences in each category. What you feel, believe, and think. If you're making this much money, how would your life look like right now? How would your internal world look like right now? Because your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs is everything internal. What feelings do money evoke in you? Does it evoke the feeling of being stable, being secure? Does it evoke the feeling of freedom? Does it evoke the feeling of relaxation, joy, peace? With practice, you will understand how to connect with the feeling of that much money being in your life, because that's what techniques are for. That's what we are trying to do with these pen and paper exercises and with the repetition. I want you to pretend to be that person mentally and emotionally that earns this much money. Who is that person? If I'm making this much money on a regular basis, it's my natural identity. Nothing odd, nothing suspicious. It's just how my life is. This is how I'm going to feel on a daily basis. These are my thoughts on a daily basis around money and generally in my life, because money is going to make me feel so relaxed that all my other worries are going to seem so small. So this is how my belief system is going to be around money. I'm going to repeat that, go into that state more and more, connect myself to that identity so that I impress my conscious and subconscious mind through affirmations, through visualization, through inner conversations, or just focusing my mind on a picture, on an amount, on a bank balance, and pretend to be that person through persistence, through repetition, more and more and more, like your life depends on it. Make it fun, because the more fun it is, the more you would willingly want to go back to that state. You would willingly wait to do that technique. So when you make this whole process fun and it does not really stress you out, when you take it up as a game, as a fun challenge for yourself, that's when you feel like doing that work with a lot more excitement. The inner work, the discipline. It doesn't feel like work anymore. It just feels like every time I'm going into that state, And every time I'm connecting with the feeling of having that much money and making that much money, I am going home. I feel at home when I think about that identity that makes that much money, because I'm just so comfortable with it and I feel that's what I deserve, and that feels home. That feels natural to me. So you would want to do techniques, you would want to immerse yourself in that state all day long. You would want to have really good fantasy based conversations, inner conversations, visualizations, because you're just so happy about it. It's something you're looking forward to, and you know that the more you enter that state and practice it, you're becoming one step closer to that reality. Now you can choose a how or you can go general. If the how deepens your belief, you can choose the how. You can choose an amount if that makes you believe in this process even further, or you can just go general and keep yourself open to money. That can come in any amount and it can come through any source. So I leave these choices up to you because we are taking baby steps. Whatever feels comfortable to you, do it that way. Consistently living in your new identity will shift you to a different self concept and bring about the reality that you are seeking. So, if you're wanting to manifest money and you face a lot of resistance, this is a place to start from, working on your self concept and shifting your identity. I have all the tools you would require to manifest money. If you're looking for a guided meditation, you can go to my guided meditation playlist and listen to this meditation every night, which is called Attract Wealth and Abundance. If you're looking for subliminals, you can go to my subliminal playlist. There's a subliminal called Filthy Rich. Whatever you're comfortable with, or switch it up. A few nights listen to the guided meditation and a few nights listen to the subliminal. And I also have two manifestation songs, Money is Obsessed with Me and Money is My Best Friend, both male and female versions. So during the daytime, when you want to impress your conscious mind simultaneously, you can listen to those songs. Apart from that, I have my customized ultimate manifestation packs that you can get around money, and there is a money out of thin air challenge. And if you want to join our monthly members only challenges, you can join the Diamond membership group. This month we are working on this challenge called Where's Your Focus, where each time you find yourself derailing from your new identity, your new narrative, what are the steps you can take to bring yourself back and focus on the right thing and on the right story. So I hope this video helps you out and adds some value to your manifestation process. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a great week.